It was a cold and stormy night. Inside a small house in the English countryside, a family sat together beside a warm fireplace. Outside, the wind howled through the trees. Rain struck the windows. And somewhere in the darkness, a dog barked in the distance. Inside the house, everything seemed peaceful. A father and his son were playing chess while the mother watched them from nearby. None of them knew that their ordinary evening was about to become the beginning of a terrifying nightmare. Because that night, someone was about to bring a strange object into their home. An object that was said to grant 3 wishes. But every wish came with a price. A few hours later, there was a knock at the door. Knock. 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 Everyone stopped. The father walked toward the door and opened it. Standing outside was an old friend who had recently returned from years of military service. He stepped inside, removed his wet coat, and sat beside the fire. At first, the conversation was ordinary. But then the visitor reached into his pocket and pulled out something that immediately caught everyone's attention. It was small. It was dry and shriveled, and it looked like the paw of a monkey. But there was something deeply unsettling about it. The visitor called it the monkey's paw. The visitor told them that the paw had a strange history. According to the story, it had been given supernatural power to grant 3 wishes. But the man who had used it before had learned a terrible lesson. He had warned others never to interfere with fate. Some things are better left alone. But the family didn't take the warning seriously. They laughed. They thought the whole story was nothing more than an old superstition. The visitor even tried to throw the paw into the fire. But the father quickly pulled it back. He wanted to test it. Just once. And then he made his first wish. The father wished for a specific amount of money. Not a fortune. Just enough to make life a little easier. Everyone laughed. Nothing happened. The room became quiet again. Then suddenly, the paw moved in his hand. He dropped it. Nobody spoke. Was it just his imagination? Or had the first wish actually worked? The next morning, an unexpected visitor arrived at their door. He carried terrible news. News that would change the family forever. And when the truth was finally revealed, the father realized something horrifying. The money he had wished for might come at a price far greater than he had ever imagined. The family received devastating news. Their son had been involved in a terrible accident. The house that had been filled with laughter only hours earlier was now completely silent. The mother could barely believe what she had heard. The father stood frozen. And then came the thought he couldn't escape. The amount of money he had wished for was almost exactly the amount the company offered them after the accident. Was it a coincidence? Or had the monkey's paw really granted his wish? For the first time, the family understood the warning. The paw didn't simply grant wishes. It twisted them. But grief can make people do things that fear cannot stop. The mother refused to accept what had happened. She looked at her husband and reminded him that the paw could grant 3 wishes. 2 wishes remained. She wanted their son back. The father was terrified. He knew they had already seen what the first wish had done. But the pain of losing their son was stronger than his fear. Slowly, he reached for the paw and made the second wish. Nothing happened. For several minutes, the house remained completely silent. Then came a sound from outside. Knock. Everyone froze. Knock. Knock. The knocking became louder. The mother began moving toward the door. She believed her son had come home. But the father knew something was terribly wrong. Whatever was standing outside wasn't something he wanted to see. He searched desperately for the monkey's paw. There was only one wish left. The knocking became louder. Bang! 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 The father grabbed the paw. With trembling hands, he made his final wish. And suddenly, everything stopped. The knocking disappeared. Silence filled the house. The mother reached the door. She opened it. And there was no one there. The house became silent once again. But nothing would ever be the same. 3 wishes. 1 mysterious object. And a lesson the family would never forget. We often believe that getting what we want will make us happy. But sometimes, the things we desire most can become the things that destroy us. The monkey's paw wasn't really about 3 magical wishes. It was about the danger of trying to control fate. Because sometimes, the greatest mistake you can make is getting exactly what you wished for. So remember, be careful what you wish for.